The United States is at war.
We know what we have to face, and we are ready to face it.
I'm fighting to make women equal.
The president needs to get his wife under control.
It's time all these little chocolate girls know that their lives matter too. Sometimes you have to forget politics, do the right thing, and trust the rest.
You smelling all this, Gary?
Love that smell, KG.
See, this is what retirement's all about. Slowing down, smelling stuff, like these. This smells like, covering the spread, baby! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! What are you looking at, Gary? Stop looking at my flowers, Gary. Avert your eyes. It's playoff time, everyone, and there's no better place to wager on the best basketball of the year than at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, today's the day. Register now and place a $10 moneyline wager on any NBA playoff game. If either team hits a three-pointer in the game, you'll win $200 free bets, regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use the bonus code KG200, and I can't think of a better way to enjoy the playoffs than with the bankroll of free bets. Download the app and use the bonus code KG200 to win $200 when someone hits a three-pointer. Visit betmgm.com/KG certified. Peace. These are the Anything's Possible BetMGM picks of the week. Game 3, Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. We're in Brooklyn. Woo. The second game was just bully ball. Boston shared the ball. The Nets got to do something to slow Jason Tatum down and Jaylen Brown. Kyrie's fasting. He's going through Ramadan. You got to factor all those things into play because that's energy. I've been hearing, Little Birds told me, certified, that Ben Simmons has not only been practicing, but practicing 5-on-5. Ben Simmons coming back game 4 is going to be heat. We don't know what he's going to look like, but he's on the floor and he's a body. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'10". You can't ignore that. He has IQ. You know, he's not a bum. You know, I'm not giving him that. He's definitely one of the better younger players that's emerging in our league. Yeah, he's going to come in and actually, you know, give it a spark. And I think that the Nets could use it right now. I need the Nets supporting Cash to step up. I seen Dragic come in, gave them a good spurt. But I really feel like it's a lot on KD and Kyrie. I need Brown to do more. I need, Drummond to do more. I need that Curry on top of their rice. You understand? I think it's going to be a totally different energy in Brooklyn. Weirdly enough, I think the refs, man. Watch how the refs called this game. Remember I said it. I'm from the future. Remember that. They were really aggressive so much in game 2 that I think the refs are going to control this game 3. I think KD has to come out with one of those games that we're all looking for him to have. And he and Kyrie has to put it together. But more importantly, Brooklyn has to step up the physicality in which they've been playing to be able to be in this series, to win this series. And Brooklyn, let's be clear, they got to win both of these games at home, and they should. Got the Nets winning this game against the Celtics. But having Ben Simmons back, that's going to blow the roof off the building. Potential go-home game, potential closeout game. One of the hardest games to actually do is close someone out at their home. My heart is telling me that, that Philly closes this out. Knowing my nephew on the other side, how Gary Trent Jr., how he thinks and how he's been raised to go at things like this. I look for Siakam and all those guys to play spirit basketball. They got real champions over there. And, no one wants to get swept in anything. I don't know if they have enough to be able to beat Philly, And then, I always talk about that doubt that's in your head. I think that doubt has grown with the Raptors, but we'll see. But I got actually Philly winning this, cleaning this up, getting back home, getting ready for the next round. Devin Booker having a grade 1 hamstring injury is major. So now they know for probably about a month, if not 3 weeks, 2 weeks, they're going to be without their best player. That makes B.I., Brandon Ingram, the best player in this series. Like I said before, man, I think Phoenix can actually get this done. It's going to take a collective to be able to do such a thing. But this is not the first time they haven't played without Devin Booker. This is not the first time they've had or been one man out. So I look for them to make some adjustments and at least get one of these games in. Yeah, I see them getting one of these games in New Orleans. But they're going to make the proper adjustments, but that is a huge blow to the Phoenix Suns. They need Devin Booker to be able to win an NBA championship, bar none. Today, it's KG Certified. We're here with famous Nico of Venice Basketball, getting a tour of Venice. Come follow. Venice, I love it out here.
Basketball is universal. If you got game, we're gonna give you a chance.
You gotta have all the graffiti come through here. This is what built Venice.
It was important to like connect the whole community like at large, because that's what Venice is, right?
So Nico, man, tell me why Venice, man, out of all the places in LA.
It's no place like home. You know, instantly when you walk through this court, that's like, it's a special feeling. It's a spiritual thing. It's
right.
Like, it's the beach, it's the palms, it's the ocean, it's the peace, it's the funky crowd. It's the fact that you got a game going on at every court and you can pick your battle, pick your matchups. It's the fact that there's always gonna be new hoopers. Like,
always,
most parks you go to is like the same 10, 15. I already done beat you guys 100 times. You come to Venice, I can get a rotation of 10, 20, 30 wins in a day if we go on the half-court scene. And it's love, man.
It's energy always out here, right?
It's energy, no doubt.
I always say, man.
I like it like this in the morning when it's peaceful. You just come and shoot, connect with the breeze and all the elements, and just be at peace, man.
Yeah, this is a vibe right here, though. Every day it's live like this.
If you call it live, I call it peaceful right now.
No, it's live out here.
You got to come through on a Sunday.
This the heartbeat of LA right here for me. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who now messed up and did it right, and fucked it up and did it right. This is where all the people that get a second chance come. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
I love Venice, man. Tell me about your movement, man. What
First, second, and third chances.
Right, you know?
Yeah.
Take me through what you've been on, man. You're coming back from All-Star, right?
I just coming back from All-Star.
How was that for you?
It was cold. It was wild. You had to navigate through the snow and the storms, driving on a 40-foot hoop bus, cross-country tour.
Let's talk about that. How'd you start the hoop bus? Take me through that.
Man, so we're going straight to the new. So, I mean, yeah, 2 years ago, it's this project that's been cooking on my brain for about 10 years. We're always traveling, going to different tournaments, going to renovate different courts in different communities, but it's never enough like supplies or enough people that we could fit in the vans, right? We over here, my big man 7 feet, eat like this. He's like, bro,
he balled up.
Give the man some respect, give him some leg room or something. So we found the biggest school bus available on the market. It was just collecting dust in the desert. Put the hoops on that joint, put the logo, hoop bus.
Like a junkyard? Like y'all went to a junkyard and got the bus?
Yeah. I mean, these school buses are become antiquities, man. They're like,
that's crazy.
You don't even, they do their run for the kids, and once they claim not safe, they go and collect some dust. So we bring new life into the school bus, turn it into a hoop bus, and it's an ever-learning, traveling basketball adventure, and that's for life. You can do it 158 different ways. It's always gonna be a good time.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, take me through how long you been a hooper, how long you been doing this, man. How long you been messing with Venice basketball?
Basketball, I mean, that's my first love, man. You just put that ball in my hand. Or originally I grew up playing soccer. Okay. During recess in France, we don't have basketball court.
You from France originally, yeah.
The only basketball court we had in my city was at the school, and it was above the soccer cages. So if everybody's playing soccer, it was elementary school, so the rim's probably like 8.5 feet or something. Okay. So I was the goalie, somebody scored on me. I grabbed the ball, I was upset, dunked that joint, and I was like, from now on at recess, we're playing basketball.
Just like that?
Like that, just called it out.
Just like that?
And then we had to learn the game. Like literally nobody knew how to play basketball. There was no courts in my city. So we created our own rules. What? It was independent. It was a mix of rugby, soccer, and basketball at first. And then my mother and I built a court on gravel in front of our house. Oh, wow. So my first court that I actually grew up playing on is one that I built. Was my mother on gravel. So it was a very humble beginning. Like I said, nobody would hoop, so I played one-on-one against my dog. Work on the handles, playing on gravel. So you're playing on gravel, you can play anywhere.
Yeah, real talk.
So yeah, my love for the game was born through that, like kind of creating an avenue for basketball from the jump. Like there was no basketball on TV. It was one magazine that was just, I would just get the live posters, stick them up on the room. So I just imagined, Jordan with a thong out. And the minute I found out you could smash and crack backboard. When Shaq came in, I was like, oh, you can break those joints. And I was like, that even gave me more hype and excitement. I was a hype kid, man.
So you wasn't seeing none of this on TV? You wasn't having exposure?
No
none
TV,
of that? So where was your influence coming from? I know it was European basketball. It had to be, right?
My influence was like just the feeling that I got from dunking and playing. And, you know, I was a tall kid. I was like 6'2" by the time I was 12.
Oh, wow.
I grew really fast, so it was like dominance for the game. Like, we would play on 8-foot rim. I was dunking in games because in Europe, you learn how to play on rims your size, right? When I come in the shot. Shit. So, you know, and Kobe was talking about that, like how you're supposed to play. Like, if you're 6, 7, 8 years old, you're supposed to play on 8-foot rim. They give you a 9-foot rim.
Oh, really?
And so I used to play on rims that I was able to dunk from the jump. So that feeling and that sensation just grew to like we had to drive across town to find a actual basketball team, form the team, eventually made it on the national team.
So when did you actually get to the States? When did you actually get to the States?
I moved here in 2002. I got recruited after a summer camp. I ended up going to play at Fairfax High School.
Okay. What was that experience like?
Man, it was a reality check. It was a reality check. I mean, a little scrawny white kid coming from France, like, I could shoot. I had good fundamentals. I had good footwork, because that's what they teach you in Europe. But they don't teach you none of the handle, individual work, right?
You got to get that from out here, though.
Everything is about the team.
Yeah, you get all that from
I had to catch up. I moved here on my senior year. They tried to move me back, but I had too much pride. I was like, I'm a senior. I'm going straight to UCLA. In my mind, I was way better than I actually was. So, I mean, I had 5 All-Americans on my team that year.
Oh, wow.
We had like Evan Burns, Jamal Boykins, Josh Smith, Craig Smith.
Craig Smith?
Yeah,
Craig Smith?
Yeah.
He went to Fairfax?
Yeah.
Craig was my rookie.
Rhino, that's right.
Yeah, that's my young boy. Shout out to Craig Smith. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so we got to Fairfax and then, you know, reality check and then discovered playground basketball.
Damn.
Like, we didn't have playground basketball. So after that, I mean, I knew there was a court in Venice because I had come here over summer camp. And I was like, man, like, this Venice court's like, we could just do this every day. Like, I'm never going to get tired and bored of that. So quickly after high school, went to junior college, tore my ACL. And then it was a constant recovery of like injuries, man. It was like tough ACL, then meniscus on the other side. Eventually got to my Achilles. Now it's like into the hip. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's just, I think physically was like the hardest part. How to translate. My game was there, but physically, right? And like, you know, they got kids on creatine early. Like creatine is illegal in France.
Really?
It's illegal. Yeah. So it's like,
so the different training, different approach. How you pushing weights, everybody's taking protein shakes, and I'm like kind of, oh, I can't do that. That's like dangerous. So in my mind, I was not cut up on like kind of the ways to like get to that next level physically. That's crazy. So you think that held you back from being able to like do this right here?
Maybe. I mean, I'm happy the way the trajectory went, because at the end of the day now, like, we got our home court, we got our stage.
Facts.
We're able to unlock like 100 ball players' dreams through our platform. Like, had I gone pro and done my own thing,
probably been a different road,
it would have been a different road, right? I think that's like right in my calling. Like, it's like, you're gonna come to Venice, you're gonna bring the sound, you're gonna bring the people, and we're gonna do something special as a community on a weekly basis and build this Hooper's Paradise, this, you know, Sunday rendezvous, Church of Hoops, whatever you want to call it. It's pure and it's authentic and it's just, you know.
It's in your heart. It sounds like a real heartbeat, real vibes. I was gonna say, what year did you actually start Venice Basketball Incorporated, make it a business?
Man,
basketball's in your heart and soul, I can tell that.
Yeah.
And I can tell that from the moment I met you.
True.
But when did you actually turn this into a business? Like, when you was like...
Man, the business really came, like, I was working as a DJ for a long time, 2000 to 2010. Like, I had a DJ career in Hollywood. I would DJ a few nights a week.
Okay.
So I kept my turntable.
Like, you cutting?
Yeah, I was cutting a little scratch.
You got turntable
Still got a nice record collection at the crib, collecting dust again.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I'm huge on vinyl.
Yeah. I got a good collection, man. I think you'd be impressed. And yeah, we would just bring the turntables at half court and just bring all the elements of hip hop. So we had dancers, MCs.
Right.
And it was like Sunday, anytime I met somebody that had some talent, like you hoop, you dance, you make art, Sunday, come there, and that's what we'll just cultivate that as like a Sunday rendezvous on the beach. So,
has it always been like that out here?
I mean, it's always been iconic. I mean, Magic used to play there.
Everybody came out here and hoop,
it went through I mean,
the stages.
It's the West Coast Mecca. Like, it was already popping before I came. Like, I'm not gonna give myself too much credit. Like, but it was also chaotic, man. You come out here, it was lawless, man.
About to say,
any given time, you could make a good move and get sucker punched, and just like, it's wild, man.
Wow.
Like, there's been scenarios and scenes where it's like, man, like,
It's taking another turn.
I love the game, but like, you know, I don't love it that bad to like, I'm gonna go over here.
Lose your life or something, right?
Yeah. People take it really serious. There's a lot of passion, and when you play with a certain flair and style, people get humiliated a little bit, you know. And it's like, that's part of street ball. Like, you got to come out there and sauce the game up. Any given time, you go, ooh, like you got 100, 200 people watching on a given day. So, you know, give people what they came to see, put on a show. But certain guys don't cope with that well. So we had to start a league, put some referees, bring a little bit of somewhat of a structure to the madness. And at first, it wasn't a business, man. It was just like, for the love of the game, I'll reinvest $500 every Sunday. We'll start ironing like logos on T-shirts. People were like, damn, those T-shirts are dope. Like, can I buy it? And I was like, okay, now we start making T-shirts. For the first 5, 6 years, we didn't have a sponsor.
Oh, wow.
So we're selling T-shirts, we, you know, making hot dogs on the side. And just
in the mud shit. In the mud
shirts and skins, but you know, it's still got an MC, and like this whole thing will be packed 1,000 people.
In the mud shit. That's what's up.
And eventually, like, people start paying attention to it. It's like, yo, you got basketball legends out here, you got NBA cats coming out here, and you got some future stars that I've never heard of that are cooking, and it's fun and it's entertaining, and it's like it's got its own sauce, and people start attracting to it, and then we're like, you know, that, you know, whatever the people want to see, this is what we're going to give them, you know? It's like, it's by people's demand. Like, the Hoop Bus is also the people's demand. Everybody was like, yo, I wish this was happening in my city. I wish this, oh, you wish that? Cool. We'll pull up, we'll bring the crew, round up a little fundraising, get $1,000 together, everybody get 100. We're going out to San Jose. We're going to San Francisco. We're going to Tijuana, Mexico. We're going to France. We're going to
miles
China.
On the bus.
We're going, I mean, a lot of times we were flying, but like, now we're like, the Hoop Bus was like, yo, how much are we spending on rentals and flights? Like, nah, let's get the homie. And now, you know, homies start having kids, right? Like, kids want to go, wives want to go. It's like, okay, everybody roll. Now we're expanding the family. Like, you know, in our league now it's kind of mandatory that every team has a girl on their team. Like, we've been doing that the last 5 years. Incorporating women in it. Like, if a kid is good enough, like, he can play with us. Like, we have a youth program, so it was important to like connect the whole community like at large, because that's what Venice is, right? You got 4 courts, you got the kids court, you got 3-on-3 OG court, and you got the main event 5-on-5 court, and then you got the stage court. So it's like, when you look around, you look at the diversity, the styles, the ages, the colors, like it's all united as one. And I didn't want to like segregate the game. It's like, it's for people that love the game and want to take it to another level.
When I think of White Men Can't Jump,
I
think of Venice.
I mean, that's...
And the energy and the same kind of preambles that they had in the movie come out there. When you say that's the similar spirit out here, similar sauce out here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably my favorite basketball film.
Right.
And I mean, that's LA in the 90s. That's the golden era of basketball. That's when like basketball had the swag, the flair, the energy, the physicality, the trash talk, and it was okay to trash talk, right?
That was that's the difference, though. You know what I'm saying? You're on the beach with it, though. You know. And
the beach adds the element. I mean, you got to play against the sun, and it's like, you know, people come and show out. That's like the one court, like any given day. Like I said, it'll be packed out, and you know, the ladies will be on the sideline in their bikinis. So you know, that adds also to the experience as a hooper. You go whoop, 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 whoops. And you never know who's watching. So I've seen guys, you know, after a good game, just walk off the court, you know. I'm sure he's there, man. So it's a unique basketball experience, right? Like, people think about street ball, they automatically think like, oh, people were scared. Like, y'all play jail ball over there. We had the worst reputation because, you know, like you said, it's a place of second chances. I mean, we got it. Gang of convicts, gang members, like you name it. Like, people that play in our league come from all walks of life. But if you got game, we're gonna give you a chance, and probably a second chance, because these dudes be wilding out more than it's supposed to sometimes. But at least they got a stage to showcase that.
How many teams you got in the league?
Right now, we like capping it at 12 teams, but every year we do an open tryout in May where we give everybody a chance to get picked up, and we draft 10 new players into the league. So we make sure we keep fresh blood in it. And usually at tryouts, we get 100, anywhere from 100 and 120 guys. So we would do more teams.
Y'all take 10 out of the 120?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough draft. It's like it goes for 4 hours. I mean, first we test them on their physical still, their stamina. This is a 494 by 50. Like if you can't run up and down 10 times,
you're done already. You're done already.
People get cut quick.
Done already.
Within the first half hour, like try next year. Just make sure to prep yourself physically before you get there, and then they go through a series. Like we do like NBA style combine. Like we test them on speed, agility, jumper, physicality. We do a push-up contest. One dude hit 100 push-ups, but I'm talking about like down, up, like hold it, 2, 3. He went like 100 plus this year. So I was like automatically drafted. My man hit 100 push-ups on the
So it's safe to say y'all got your own combine out here.
Yeah, we got our own combine every year in May. So if people are watching this, they want to get a chance in playing at Venice Ball in May, stay tuned on the IG. You will get a chance. Everybody get a chance. Don't say it's political, because everybody gets a chance. Don't come week 2, week 3, put me on the team. I get a lot of hate from that. People are like, oh man, you just pick and choose. And I was like, nah, we do an open tryout. Everybody got a fair chance at it. Nah, it's funky. No, if you do good, like, and that's the thing about Venice is like, for example, the Hezzy guard, actually I gave him that name. He walked down the court. I was on the mic that day, giving Mouthpiece a break. And he came through and hit dude with a Hezzy 3-4 times, bit it. And I was like, Hezzy. I was like, Hezzy, God, like.
Oh, wow.
He was like.
So you an MC. So you also an MC.
Sometimes I'm a hype man. I like to make sure people step up to their plate and be as good as they can be.
Wow, the energy.
I try to come with energy. I know all the guys' backstory, and I know certain people are going to get hit differently from what they're hearing. So it's like, I'm starting to know the demeanor because we go all over the world and win championships. So I know how to push the right button of like, if you're playing off that day. But Hezzy God now is like one of the most popular dude on the internet.
Wow.
And he got his name here and built a whole brand out of that. He's got a merchandise line, the Hezzy God. Like, White Iverson is another guy that came out here with 1,000 followers. Now he's got a brand and he's touring the world, and he took that brand and then expanded it. So, like I said, you come to Venice, you do something good, you earn your respect, you earn your name, and you can take that anywhere around the world. And that's an amazing thing. Like, we're seeing a rebirth of street ball, right? Like what was upon at Rucker Park when they had the Rucker games on NBA TV. Now it's like the media is recognizing these dudes for their talent, and now people are able to fulfill their career through YouTube. And T-Jazz is another one. T-Jazz came out here, flew him out when he was 17 years old. Had a good summer here. 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Now he gets paid for going to play at the park. Like, why not? Like, we just opening the whole other different ways of being a professional basketball player, because you're a pro player. You get to play at the park.
Are you seeing it change? Are you seeing it change though? The whole mechanism is all changing.
I mean, I think I'm seeing a rebirth, right? Like people are re-recognizing and kind of like winning the game, milked it, brought it to arenas, and then it's like it got so hyped, and then the hype eventually dies. Right?
Well, they didn't stay consistent with it, right?
Yeah.
But think about all the neighborhoods that it got influenced. Think about all the kids that got influenced off that. Think about. Actually, I don't want to discount Venice and none of that, but I'm saying you're really like a West Coast 55th. You're like a Rucker on the West Coast. Obviously, Rucker don't have the fucking ocean or nothing like that with this, but and Venice is his own shit. But the energy that's at 55th. I was gonna ask about the street art, man. The street art to me is what really makes Venice Venice. I know the Clippers came out here and thought they was doing a great job and rehabbing and shit, but they don't understand that the court came from the people and shit.
It's true.
Right?
That's fact. Everything
and that speaks for this neighborhood.
It's true.
And even though it looks clean, doesn't speak for the neighborhood, right?
It's true. Yeah. I mean, they got their approach about how they like their branding and stuff like that.
Nah, this Venice. They don't get to come out here and say what, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately,
Money talk, bullshit walk, that's what you saying?
To a certain extent.
Fuck what I'm talking about.
To a certain extent, but yeah, if the Clippers want to come back and then like work together, and that's what I'm hoping for.
If they want to talk to the people and get what the people want versus just coming out here with this blank shit.
And just doing it basic.
Because they covered over the heartbeat of this motherfucker, right?
Yeah, low key.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did paint a court. We designed it with the community in heart.
People
with
that
the
come out here
community's
every day.
feedback and with the community's funds. Like the way we fund a lot of our project is through the people's money and donation, the way they support our merchandise.
Yep.
Now we can go around the world and build basketball courts. But yeah, it's true that the home court need this wave back. We need our blue back. Clippers, what's up, man?
Right, holla at us.
Give us our courts back.
Facts. Or come out here and design it with the people, you feel me?
That's right.
I love it out here, yo.
Yeah.
Well, I played all over the world, at least I like to think I did, or I used to actually go out and seek and play different places. I knew Venice, I also knew UCLA,
Was that
Loyola.
the NBA career or like?
I came out here like early 16, 17. I went to Inglewood High, and I met Paul for the first time, and we kind of had a great synergy. And then P kind of took me around LA and just showed me all the spots or whatever. We had a tournament in Vegas, came back to LA, spent a little time, went to Crenshaw on Sundays. Those are coming out here on a Sunday, Crenshaw on Sunday. Those are the things I remember about LA. So when I came out my first time in the league in the summer, or it was preambles coming into the league, I actually came out here, played at UCLA, played at Loyola.
Yeah.
And used to always really make it I don't want to say my job, but make it a point to go around and see some of the best talent.
Right.
And there was guys that I never heard of, guys that didn't go to college, dropped out of college, had another vision, had another,
Lewis? You ever play with Raymond Lewis?
No. Oh man.
Right?
You know when I came out here, the Baileys was big. Toby Bailey, Cameron Bailey, J.R. Henderson, all the UCLA kids, all the kids that was Ricky Price.
Yeah.
I would come out here and just befriend guys that just had game and just spoke basketball, man. Talk about the community of basketball out here. Is it still like that? Do guys still fuck with each other? Do you still, if you go play over here, is it cool? If they come over here and play, is it cool?
Basketball is universal language, man. I came out here, I spoke no English. So like my first word was like, who's got next? And I figured out the rules. Each court have their own rules. Certain courts play 11, certain play 12, certain play 16.
Y'all play 32 or 21?
You gotta make, we play usually 11 or 13 here.
Okay,
ones and twos.
Okay.
Most courts is all ones. Like every court got their own essence, but like game's gonna respect game. Like if you go over there and show your worth, like you're gonna be accepted anywhere you go, and that's a universal language. Like you could bring that game literally to China, and it's like you can walk in the room and just be like, it's an instant bond and family just because of the respect of the game. And it's like, it's amazing. I mean, you know, we've traveled now like 15 different countries, like renovating courts in over 10. And it's everywhere we go. Even we don't speak the language, like
love it.
I seen somebody I never met that's over here like painting the basketball court, and it's like you don't even got to run the play. Like they already know what it is. Like we go over there, we come with good intention. We came to compete, yes, first, but then we came to connect more importantly and do something as a union. And it's a magical thing, man.
I love that.
When the community works together to make something beautiful, that's a work of art, you know, and that's the art that I like to make. That's connected, that's communal, and that's collaborative, you know. That's what basketball is, man. It's the teamwork that makes the dream work.
Straight up.
That's no doubt.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Who's the best player in your league?
Man, the most popular right now is
the best player.
The best player out of last year, the dream chaser, Garrett Wilson.
He's the
truth. But you know, he works a full-time job. He's a finance dude. He wears a suit. He just come out and ball on the weekend. And he's the star of the league. He's the star of the league. He took a team on his back, started a new franchise last year, brought his homies from the Inland Empire, and they were just more physical.
Say word.
Walking triple-double. No name really. Like, I mean, he's starting to get known. Like, I took him to the Crew League, and he was the MVP of a couple games there.
Really?
We played with NLE Chopper on this team.
Does he have a nickname?
The Dream Chaser.
That's the Dream Chaser?
The Dream Chaser.
Do you give nicknames out here?
People earn their nickname. People earn their nicknames, no doubt. We got the Voice of Venice Beach mouthpiece.
What's your nickname out here?
Man, I've been called a lot of things, mostly known as the Jungle Boy. Yeah, mostly known as the Jungle Boy.
Not to be confused with the other Jungle Boys, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, not those, yeah. But
snap.
yeah, Jungle Boy, Organico, Sunshine, man, they give me a lot of nicknames.
Right.
Silver Surfer, I've been called
Silver
before.
Surfer out here?
Yeah.
Fucking Venice, man.
Yeah.
It's dope what you not built, man.
Yes, sir.
It's
I
dope.
appreciate
it's
you.
dope
Big
that
time.
you even got us out here today, man.
Super inspired, man. Thank you, KG. We got a lot of characters here, man. A lot of
we
people,
speak the language out here, though.
That one got a little bit of air in it. Oh yeah, he still got
Man,
it.
look, shit.
Stay in the gym a little bit still, like you just shoot around.
Hey, man. No, I don't. Do you get a lot of out-of-towners coming out here hooping?
A lot. And that's the best part. It's like the rotation of people, right? And then like,
where are they coming from?
they coming from like all over the world, man. China, Italy,
Say
France,
word. The hoop?
Portugal, just to hoop, man.
That's what's up.
So it's like you get to travel and connect different people like without even traveling. They'll come to you
Damn.
and share the stories, and it's like, it's a thing of beauty, man.
Oh, yeah, you still rocking the 3-on-3 and jump, right?
I'm almost 40. I'm like a new father, man.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's what's up.
And I'm super inspired, man. Like just seeing my daughter born and just to start moving again, right? She's moving, so I'm relearning the motion. I'm back realigning the hips. In yoga class, I'm doing a little bit of Tai Chi now. And randomly, like we were organizing a tournament in the Bay. We took the hoop bus to San Francisco.
Okay.
One of the guys didn't show up, and it was like, Nick, we need you. And low key, I came out there with no training. I probably hadn't hooped in a few months. Definitely out of shape. Like my cardio gone.
It was off?
But we ended up like, I think 4th place. So we qualified to go to the Nationals in Springfield. So I'm sneaking my way back in there. I'm like, whoa, we can go to Nationals. And then from Nationals, you win that, you can eventually go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And get you a gold medal. So I'm like, man, like, let me get,
point system.
Let me go back and mostly inspire. Like I don't know that I'll be playing at that level. I mean, we got elite talent out here playing in their 20s. Like I'm damn near 40 now.
It's a young boys game.
But 3-on-3 is a different game.
I just about to say.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to guard in 3-on-3.
You still got to guard. So I'm gonna be training. I think it's the NMA is when the Nationals are. So I'm giving myself a couple months to see if I can get back into prime shape and maybe even reach my potential. I don't feel like I've tapped in all the way yet. So using different methods and techniques and getting a lot of reps up.
That's the move. That's the move.
So yeah, 3-on-3, yeah, man, it's a new sport, man. 12-second clock.
It's a new wave,
it's
man.
It's fun. 10-minute clocks. Like
new wave. It's really a whole new wave. Whole new way.
I'm
way
excited.
of playing basketball.
You get to really show your skills and just more touches. And I recommend it for all the kids growing up too. Like, that's when I first came to Venice. That's what I would do. Just play 3-on-3 with the grown man. You get a lot more touches. You get to perfect your skills, right? You got to play 1 through 5 because you're gonna end up on a mismatch. You got to rebound. You got to play D. You got to be able to shoot.
That shit exposes people.
It exposes a lot of people, right?
You can't shoot the court. It's the only way you can help. You got to actually, respect your man.
Yeah.
Really, really, really opens it up. 3-on-3 is harder than 5-on-5. 5-on-5, you can actually get a breath. You can actually cheat it.
Low key.
You know what I'm saying? Shrink the court, stuff like that.
Especially the way they play it too, where it's like, it's no checkup.
Yeah.
So the ball go live,
boom, it hit,
you
boom,
grab
you out,
it,
boom,
and it's like,
out.
and you got 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So you got to make
shot clock on it?
12 seconds on it. So you got to clear, and by the time you clear, it's 8 seconds left.
You like the pace of it?
I like the pace of it. It's fun. It's exciting. I mean, at the end of 10 minutes, you're gassed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, definitely got to be in shape for it.
So we're giving a shot at training, and then also you pushing this hoop it up 3-on-3, like opening up the platform for like new ways to be played, new tournaments. Like tournament structures are fun. We just had a 3-on-3 tournament here on a Thursday. We had them
near your joint
100 people come out.
Love your joint, man.
Like in the middle of a Thursday. So it shows you it's fun and it's easier. It's like you call up one homie, 2 homie, like let's play in this 3-on-3. Like put in a 5-on-5 plus subs.
And
it's a little bit more complicated.
3-on-3 is growing faster than people think just because of the Olympics. And Hoop It Up has joined FIBA to have the point system. So that's why we're putting on more tournaments to be able to have people be part of that point system and earn their points. A lot of people can't travel. A lot of the tournaments are in Serbia and other places. True. Those teams are sponsored. They get to travel.
There's a lot more in Europe.
It's a lot more teams in Europe playing together. those, when you watch those 3-on-3 teams play, they so synced. The synergy is totally different. So I'm just trying to create an even playing field for the overall of it all. But yeah, we're Hoop It Up as part of the growth of 3-on-3, and we want to educate, we want to help, but we want to bring some exposure to it all too. 3-on-3 is a whole nother game versus 5-on-5.
I want to say that they had it here back in the '90s, so we want to bring Hoop It Up back to Venice.
We're going to do a collaboration with Hoop It Up in Venice Beach.
It is home of 3-on-3. I hear you. Yeah. That's the iconic Muscle Beach where Arnold got his start.
Right here?
It used to be originally right there in the sand. It used to be a small sand pit, and then they built this like structure, and it's actually reopening on Monday.
So what they do? Come out here and just try to clean it up and all this? Where it had all the, I remember it used to be painted out here.
The thing about the ocean, like everything that's metal just rusts like crazy. Rims don't last more than like a year or two here.
Out here, they rust? They use double rims out here?
Thanks to the Clippers, we got double rims. We used to have nice breakaway joints. So we're gonna hit that alley right here. So this is the legendary brick road right here. So you see during the pandemic, we were just hanging up hoops everywhere. So this one of the little portable joints and stuff we put here.
That's dope.
So they're hanging all up and down the alley. Yeah, during the pandemic, they locked our courts for 2 years.
So nobody could go on the court?
Nobody for 2 years, bro. So we started going around the neighborhood. I was picking up trash that the homeless would leave around, and people would turn it into buckets, like crates, buckets, bicycle rims. We started transforming all these joints into.
Dang.
And so we did like a giant golf course with like buckets all up and down the alleys.
Venice has changed so much, man. That's it. This is the infamous brick road, eh?
Yeah, I mean, this is it, bro. I mean, you can see that thing has been here since the 50s or 60s.
That true LA.
And it's still there.
It's got that true LA smell out here, too.
I'm glad they kept it.
You know what I'm saying? This is like a blast in the past right here.
That the legendary Mr. Morrison from The Doors. So he used to come out here, and he had a recording studio over here. So a lot of this Doors music, LA Woman and all that is like, was recorded here in Venice. A lot of his inspiration, he used to spend all his time in Venice.
Say word.
Yeah, that's like one of the most iconic bands of all time. Roller skating came out of here.
I was about to say, is it still surfing?
You could think about all the subcultures that's like merging right here within like a mile radius, right? Like bodybuilding, which is like becoming so big now. And now they got the calisthenic dudes doing all the stuff on the bars, boxing, paddle tennis.
Paddle tennis, what's
People
that?
playing, it's like between ping pong and tennis. So you're playing with these small paddles, it's right here. So you got all these kind of like mutant sports, and then, like it's everybody kind of doing, they have something going on, right? All the street hustle between the art and the different designs. So
check the mural out.
So that's the Muscle Beach greats right here. That's Ike, is the new edge Arnold. That's Bill Petit, who used to be the coach of Arnold when he was a kid.
Oh, wow, look at this.
The girl that does all these murals, she's real popular in Venice. Her name is Muck Rock, and she has maybe 100 murals around the city.
And they all mean something?
I mean, yeah, it's like connected to Venice and like a lot of like the Venice icons as well. And you see Arnold the Great right here, flexing in his Speedo. I mean, that's classic. I mean, you think how much influence that had on
that's fire.
LA
People don't
culture.
really think about how much influence he's actually put into Venice, man.
A lot.
Built it off his back, man. Muscle Beach is like a huge part of this history. I did a dope-ass doc on Venice, man, just the building of and the creation of, man. You got to check that out.
I haven't seen the full piece, no. I saw the trailer.
You got to check that out, Joe.
Yeah, but Kenny had a vision, man. He brought the whole carnival to Venice. And originally, there used to be a giant swimming pool. They used to have a pier over there. It's like a giant amusement park, historically, Venice. It's always been.
Oh, really? It was like,
what is Santa Monica now was right here. They built it. It was like the suburbs, like all the rich folks from downtown would come here on the weekend when they built it, and they had like the beach house, all the amusement, the swimming pool, and then all the freaks, right? They had all these freak shows, and the sword throwers and the flame, and people just doing crazy like
juggling and shit.
Juggling tricks, and so every
Circus will lay outside, eh?
Low key, right? Everybody come and express their own like full creativity in whatever form they can. So I mean, that's why I love Venice, and I appreciated it. I mean, it's changed and it's evolved over the years, but at the core of it, like all the main elements are still there, right? Like super gentrified. I mean,
you still feel
but
the energy
it's still
here.
there. People might not afford to live there, but they still come there. Like, They still come here. Like it's still home. Like see, like this year I'm not living in Venice, but like.
Is it being really
Still
gentrified?
home. It's still the office. Yeah. It's
Still really
it's
being
crazy.
gentrified?
Like 1 bedroom is going for $4,000.
Damn.
Studios. Like
So you starting to see the neighborhood change a little bit?
Yeah, major, man. I mean, you look like at night, like the boardwalk's always going to be the boardwalk, but you step on the other side, it's like, you know, $28, $25 burger. It's like, yo,
Wow.
what's going on?
Holy shit. How long do you think it's gonna stay like this?
Ah, man, I don't know, honestly.
Venice in trouble?
I mean, with the money that's going on
Silicon
into it,
Valley
I just
coming
hope
through
it don't
it,
turn into like a promenade, you know, and it's like little by little just.
Starting to
I'm
look
gonna
like
do
that?
everything I can to preserve it. Just make sure to respect also like the OGs and the architect, the people that paved the way, and be able to tell their stories, right? Because
that's a huge part of it.
a lot of the people that were there didn't have the media access to it, you know. So that's why we always each year, championship day, we honor all the legends. We bring all the legends back, the guys that paved the way for me to be here.
What's the shirt with my man that was in the suit?
Yeah, that's Ron Bills. Yeah, he the
Ron
original.
Bill, the original.
He was in White Man Can't Jump, and he, he's a
Bill.
big inspiration, man.
Huge.
See, to be able to picture yourself like 30 years from now, I look up to these guys a lot, man. Some of these guys are in there in the 70s and 80s and still playing like religiously every Saturdays and Sunday. And you're looking at it, it's like, dang, I could play it through my 70s?
Yeah.
Just like a casual pickup game, and it's
Ron
like,
Bill.
and maintain these friendships through the years, like,
Damn.
you know.
I hope the community speaks up for it. You know what I'm saying? I hope the community takes it to a point where, you know, they want some of these original foundings and to stay here. Because it is a truly, totally distinct and very different from any other place in LA.
Real.
You can definitely say that. You ever come up here?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, after games, I'll come. I mean, it's great, like when the games are going on, if I have somebody, like if you came through like one Sunday and didn't want the crowd, like I'll come up here, I have a drink with you, and you can still watch the game.
Word.
It's like watching the game from the suite, you know?
I like this perspective too.
You know?
Look how the skating or whatever this is got a bold feel to it. You see it? Right here over in the skating part where they got the bleachers around it, so you like in the bowl.
That's Muscle Beach.
So that's what I'm saying. They need to do that with one of the courts, man.
Yeah,
like put some bleachers around where it's
With
got
the
a
big
bold
joints.
effect. Yeah, where you can
I
actually
know.
just be over here.
Been working on that.
It's fly though.
Been working
Man,
on
it's
that.
fly.
That's the skate park over there.
This right here?
Like Jesse Adams, the guys from Dogtown.
Oh yeah.
So they built for 15 years. They were fighting for permits. They were at a city hall. There's a whole movie about it.
This is what built Venice though. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't
It's
never
the people,
gonna go nowhere.
it's the people's choice, right? Like all of this was designed by the people. The fact, like originally it was only 2 courts, then they added a court, and eventually they added this one in 2003. So
And then what they get places, they get teams like, or corporations like the Clippers or the Lakers or whoever to come out here to sponsor the court.
Sponsor originally, that court was built by Nike in 2003 when they started the Battlegrounds. That was the answer to N1 mixtape. They started doing like the street ball, you know.
Stuff right here?
Yeah.
How much of this is becoming your content? How much of this are you showing to the world? How much of this are you grabbing for yourself?
Man, we're trying to document everything. I mean, we were early, man. Like 2000, since 2000, I've been documenting with like mini DV tapes. So
you gotta come out with that.
We're starting to look through the archives. I mean, we've had some legendary players. We've had at least, I mean, sad to say, but we've had like 5 players die like to gun violence, and 2 of them died in a car crash.
Wow.
Like, I want to work on first, like giving these guys their shine and their prop, because there's like these guys that put in work on the court, and it's like, and it's also perspective, like how fragile life is, you know, and how much passion as ball players we give, and there's not many stages where you can go and do what you do and be recognized for it, right? Like most of the hoopers will never even have a highlight tape. So
let's change that though. Let's give this a whole nother perspective of one of my reasons for coming down here talking to you about Venice is for just that. The exposure, the energy. We are in an update. We're in a download of the latest update. And in that update, it's almost like how we're symmetrically watching this, and it all flows and it's cool. But I don't know if this is from the people though, you know? Like this is what I actually think Venice is. It's a neighborhood of where the community is actually speaking, working, giving back, making it, turning it, like policing it. What's keeping Venice going is the people that's living here, the businesses, the people that is incorporated in all this. And you know what? You express it different in graffiti. You express it different in a skateboard ollie move. You express it different when you're on the court. You express it different through a tat or however you yelling it. You don't like corporation don't get to control that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, I love coming down here because of the energy and the originalness of this, man. This has to stay here. This is the original parts of LA and where LA was built. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's the essence of the game. I mean, playground basketball is the essence, but then you bring it to the beach and it's a whole other perspective of life. You know, like you can only be so mad when you're at the beach. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of emotions that go through playing basketball and competing on the concrete, and like, you know, it's more physical. Like I said, a lot of people talking about like we play jail ball, it's dangerous. People talking about losing their career, their life, come and play here, and we get a lot of bad press. Like in reality, it's like it's love out here, man. Like,
well, this
you got to learn how to dance and navigate around the nonsense, because there's gonna be nonsense, but that's a reflection of life. Like everywhere you're gonna go, people gonna test you. They're gonna. But if you can't deal with that on a basketball court and then take your peace of mind to the ocean or walk on the beach, you're gonna have a hard time in life. Everything is a reflection of it.
It's adjustment, man. It's a true adjustment, man. But man, this is like a 8th, 9th wonder of the world or some shit.
Yeah, right.
Venice.
It's real.
Sitting on top of the world. Tell the Ron Bill story for everybody, man.
So Ron Bill's the movie White Man Can't Jump was shot, but before what we didn't know, first of all, it was shot in the parking lot on Rose Avenue, not here. They recreated the whole set over there.
Okay.
But when they were writing the film, they were watching Ron play here every day. And he was one of the only dudes that didn't go through a casting agency and Hollywood stuff.
He was
they were
just
like,
original,
he was so good and so raw. They were like, you don't got to cast or nothing. We just need you on the set over there. And whatever pickup line, whatever rawness you're going to
give it.
Just bring it over there.
So basically be Ron Bill and White Man Can't Jump.
That's right.
That's really what it was.
But for me, it goes way beyond the movie, because like Ron is like a dude that came here for the last 30 years. He lived in Santa Monica. He walked or rode his bike every day, and he had his chair and he would post up on the court, and he was the peacemaker. He didn't hoop it. His last 20 years at the beach, he wasn't really hooping like that. He would just sit there, balance, talk to guys.
Right.
He just wave him down like that when shit get heated. He don't even come out the chair. He just be like,
calm down, come holler at me,
talk to me, sit down for a second, cool.
Right.
All right, let's get the next game going. So he had such words of wisdom, and that's what I love coming to play in Venice. Like you can meet your elders, and they could teach you a lot about life. Like, you know, like you learn things in school, but like most of my learning and speaking languages and learning from the OGs.
Learning from people, mediation, that's huge out here.
That's
learning how to communicate with somebody else,
Talking about policing ourselves, like we look out for each other. Like we've never had any security, we've never had police at our game, and we have gang members, people with guns in the crowd. Nothing's ever escalated to, because we're looking out for each other. We're a community, but
and we're gonna see each other every day too in the community.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? That's another, responsibility that we all hold to each other.
It's respect, right? The OGs, like you can respect. You can only act so crazy when it's like, yo, that's your dad, that's your grandpa over here. Like you tripping, like you know he right. Like you can't really argue. We can argue with another man. OG got the answer. No, but you were asking how he ended up on a T-shirt.
I love it. That's my favorite tee.
So we were rocking out here one day, and we were supposed to do a photo shoot for this suit brand. Actually, they were gonna give me the suit, and I couldn't. There was no way I could fit it. I was like,
super Euro.
And I was like, yo, if you come to Venice though, I'm gonna find somebody. And Ron was sitting on his chair, and I was like, yo, Ron, like your daughter gonna love this. She gonna love this. And bro, we shot literally for 3 minutes, and so he put on the suit. We had to break him out like $200. He's like, oh, Ron, I'll throw you $100. He's like, make it 200. He got out of his chair, put on the suit. He was kind of stiff like that. I'm like, hey, Ron, grab this rock. And he went like, and like instantly, like I looked at the thing, I looked at my camera guy, I was like, shut down, bro. It was like, wow.
One take, Ron.
One take, and that shot ended up in GQ magazine. It was like,
fire. He on the court, he got the suit on, he got the high cross high too.
That same photo created Uncle Drew, created all this, because that thing went viral. My website shut down, and when I wrote the story of Ron Beals, we got like over 1 million visitors on our website that day. And because I broke down his whole story, then I sat down with him and we did like a whole story.
That's cool.
And you're talking about all these OGs at the park. That's Ron Beals. He's the father of all these you know, characters. They even did a movie, right? With those, was it Kyrie over there? That was
Yeah, that's dope.
He's iconic. So yeah, a lot of influence here through OG Ron. Rest in peace.
Straight up, man. How much are you seeing tech coming in here, trying to take over, or at least putting this their print down?
It's funny because I think they tried on the boardwalk a little bit, but they don't really make it to the boardwalk. Like everything is like speedway and up, which I like that. Like the boardwalk is preserved. We don't got no like Google stores or like everything touch screen on the boardwalk yet.
Is it coming?
But they're coming in strong. I mean, they come in strong and they come in with a lot of wealth. And definitely in the last decade, I've seen like price of rent doubled. You know, most people that was living here before can't afford living here anymore. So
the housing better?
It's a little bit sad. I mean, they're destroying houses, they're rebuilding like crazy. Anything you see on this way, like
it's all rebuilt.
Oakwood, I mean, you gotta understand, like before Silicon Beach, it was the ghetto by the beach. Like, it's the place where you don't come out at night.
Right.
And now it's like, this is the place that everybody go out at night.
People
you got
man.
Winston House, like you got...
People forget.
Yeah,
Venice got
Al Capone
gangs.
used to be out here. I mean, historically, there's a lot of gangs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, during segregation, they had the townhouse, which is still there. They had the speakeasy downstairs.
Yeah.
So
There's a whole community over here. When you come over here, you think it's all beaches and cool over here, and like not even 500 feet or a mile out.
And they meet from all over the city too, right? On the weekends is the thing. It's like everybody floods down to the beach.
Really?
It's like you never know. At least back in the days, what happened. Now, you know, it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some incidents.
Venice and Culver City they got history, and if you've been an advocate of LA and you know any LA history, then you know about that. So yeah. I used to come out here, it was the first thing someone told me about, you know?
Yeah, and Silicon is like, I mean, they got the tech. I mean, they're opening nice restaurant, everything more expensive, but
it ain't for the betterment of Venice,
evolution of life. I haven't seen really too many tech companies come out there, like even like trying to like sponsor the league or do anything with us. So I don't think they have the community at heart yet, but I'm not upset at it. It's nice restaurants, there's nice places. They're following what's good. I'm not blaming them. Like, I would want to live, you're making great money, like, where else would you want to live? Like, you're in Venice, you can walk. It's like a city within a city. You don't have to travel anywhere else. You don't got to go downtown. You got all the good restaurants, good people. You can walk to the beach. You got great coffee shops. So it's elevating the whole experience of living in Venice, too. There were nice restaurants, nice stores. It's like it's curated and you know, I mean. But you gotta respect the people that have been there. If you have been there like over a decade, 20 years, like you can't just kick people out. That's not all right.
It needs a mediator. It needs a mediator that's from here, like yourself, to be able to bring someone with money and talk them through the vision. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs that type of development. You know, if you bring your money in here, it's got to be for the betterment of Venice, not kicking people out of Venice. Like, you know, you don't even want that.
Yeah, they've done stuff to help. But I mean, during the pandemic, it got crazy. I mean, you're talking about, at some point, it was maybe 1,000 tents on the beach. It was like, it was like a full-on, like, Burning Man. People were coming from all over America.
Yeah,
I was hearing guys, like, people would get arrested in Texas or something. The cops would give them a Greyhound ticket, and they're like, yo, here's a free trip to bring that to Venice. So it's like people were coming from all over the U.S. just to
live out here?
Just to live on the beach. So it's a big community. It's a big homeless community. I mean, historically it's been like this, but it got to a point where it's like,
out of control.
This whole area was flooded.
I saw some of it.
And then the drug level consumption goes up, and then it's like Resident Evil at night, and it's
not safe. It's a different community.
I'm not saying it's not
like
safe.
That.
It's a dance because like everybody's like facing each other, right? Like gangs face each other, crackheads battle each other. Kind of weird. Everybody's got their own agenda of who they're dealing with on a daily basis.
That's not normal synergy for a community, or that's not the normalcy of, or you wouldn't want that to be the normalcy of.
Nah, there's a limit. You gotta respect the guys that have been there for a long time, but like if even if you're homeless, you still gotta respect the land, right? If you come sleep.
And the lay of it.
Tuck your stuff, get your hustle. This is just like a temporary place. It's not a place you can't just pull your tent and just be here forever. Like this is a moment in time, and we gotta respect. You know,
I love it.
I call them the outside neighbors. You gotta work with them, right? Like you part of the dance. Like this same dude, like one of the homeless guys, he like sweeps the court every day, right? Like you're part of the DNA of the courts, right? Like everybody plays their part.
It's crazy. Fucking Venice.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Gotta love it.
It's a lot, man.
It's only one of them,
One
too.
of a kind, that's real.
I appreciate you, man.
Big love, appreciate
Seriously,
you.
man.
Big
Let me
ticket,
come
man.
through,
Legendary.
give me this whole
Yes, sir.
breakdown
Yes,
and this
sir.
whole insight. I appreciate you.
There's not many stages where you can go and do what you do and be recognized for
All
it.
right, change that, though. One of my reasons for coming down here talking to you about Venice is for just that. The exposure, the energy. What's keeping Venice going is the people that's living here. You express it different in graffiti. You express it different in a skateboard ollie move. You express it different when you're on the court. Like, corporation don't get to control that. This is original parts of LA and where LA was built.
I mean, it's the essence of the game, but then you bring it to the beach and it's a whole other perspective of life.
They call me Tech God Willy Wonka. Up to my gobstoppers in secrets. And it's all true.
I'm talking to someone from another planet.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this means?
Go. Take him. Now.
The world's been asking, who am I?